Lee Diffie referred to him as Hurricane Hocevar, and I kind of like it.
Jared, should we break out the T-shirt? I mean,
There's already a hurricane.
yeah, Hurricane Hamlin. It's been around for years.
I haven't heard that.
I've got
name.
T-shirts.
I haven't heard that.
Travis, you haven't walked down memory lane in this house.
The following is a production of Dirty Mo Media.
Hey guys, welcome to Action's Detrimental Post Iowa Speedway. I'm Denny Hamlin, driver of the Bob's Discount Furniture Toyota this past weekend. By the way, Bob's Discount Furniture is one of the fastest growing furniture stores in America. We had our first paint scheme with them here in Iowa. JGR, you know, we live for speed. Bob's delivers that. They got over 200 stores coast to coast. Unbelievable prices. The hottest furniture styles out there. Don't wait. Go check out Bob's today.
How you doing?
This will be the Everything Sucks podcast.
Everything sucks.
You have your title. Everything sucks. Moab sucks.
It is. Tell your friends.
God. I don't even know where to start. I suck. The car sucked. The tires sucked. The next gen sucks. It's just everything.
And
everything
you suck at fishing.
sucks. And I sucked at fishing. Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't fish well.
Jesus, should have known the weekend was gonna suck.
I know.
Charlie's out fishing you. What the?
Well, he's out there fishing while I'm out there working and I'm qualifying. He's like, got number 6, 7, 8. I'm like, eventually the fish get wise.
I got to defend Denny. On the clock, when they were both on the pond at the same time. He didn't outfish him that bad.
No, he had one more than me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I caught some fish, Travis.
You did. You caught 2.
Yep. I felt pretty good.
Considering the amount of time you had a pole in the water, it wasn't bad.
Did you remove the fish from the line?
Well, so fortunately, there were some nice children who were very excited about removing the fish for me, so I just let them do it.
So you never actually had to touch it?
Well, that time the second one we caught, the fish swallowed the hook or whatever.
Oh, that one. I can't believe
nearly saved that thing's life.
I can't believe it survived. I mean, guts were pouring out of that fish.
Poor guy.
I know. All right. We had Sam Mayer win an Xfinity race.
First Ford.
First Ford, that's right. Yeah, Ford hasn't been too awfully strong in Xfinity.
When you have Junior Motorsports running like 12 and then JGR, it's kind of hard.
It is. So Sam Mayer goes from Junior Motorsports to Haas. Is that correct? Yep. Yeah, I mean, so certainly you don't think that the equipment is, quite as good. In Xfinity, it's tough because I'm not in the trenches there. I don't know all the details of it, but it seems like Sam's been doing a really good job lately of getting good finishes, and obviously he won some road course races with Junior over the last few years. He's winning on ovals. He's doing all the good things. We had discussions about Sam. I don't know, probably earlier in the year where I think he was maybe doing something dumb, and it was like, and then he was talking about how people weren't looking at him to move up, and we were like, well, that's why. But as long as he keeps doing things like this, certainly, he's doing a lot of good things, and this is he was fast all weekend. Wasn't by accident by any means.
And first win for Haas. We talked about first Ford win in the season, but first win for this new Haas team.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, so they have Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard to win, but it seemed like kind of the stars aligned there. Had some good restarts. Next thing you know, you find yourself up front, and you got a fast car. You can pounce on that, especially at that track. It's the way they paved the track. It just makes it so freaking narrow compared to the Iowa that we used to know. And so, I certainly think that they ought to look into paving the whole track to widen it out, because even in the next gen Cup, it was just so freaking narrow. Couldn't pass. Yes, there was cars that went from the back late in the race. There was others that, like myself, that quarter tires that went straight to the back. But man, it's just so narrow that it's hard to get out of the wake of the car in front of you. And this next gen car is by far the worst car ever designed to race in traffic.
Why did they only pave part?
They said originally it was because they were skeptical that they could get the entire paving job done by the time we visited the racetrack. And somehow through the last 12 months, they decided, well, the racing was good enough for us, so we're just going to leave it.
Why couldn't you get a feel for this track? Why did you suck so bad?
I don't know. It certainly, I think it has something to do maybe with the tire, the combination of the surface and tire. I think that traffic plays a big factor. I don't think I've ever been in clean air or cleanish air at that racetrack. I haven't gotten good restarts there. I just feel like my car is not under me at that track. So what that means is that, you like to feel the compression of the car. You like to feel that the tires are actually gripping, but these tires, they just chatter across the racetrack. And with it being a newer surface and a harder tire, it never gets into the track. Now, the guys that are up front in the first three positions have got enough air to push the car down, compress it, and get the tires to saturate. Everybody else in the field is just riding around skating on that racetrack. And so the only time you see a remote challenge or battle for a lead is when they catch the back of the pack. We saw it, I think, in the first stage. I remember I was running somewhere around 10th or so. And the leaders checked out because they got the cleaner air. They were checking out. And next thing you know, here comes the whole top 9 right back to me. And I'm like, what's going on? I've been running the same times for this entire 60, 70 lap run. And it's just they catch to the back of the pack and they can't pass lap cars. So that's the issue with it, is that you can make passes if you're in the middle of the pack when everyone has disturbed air. It's just challenging the leader in this car is just such a tough task, because the leader has such an advantage. And if you look at the times, the difference between the first place, the fastest race car on the racetrack, and the 30th place speed car is 0.3. We talked about at Indy where you had to be 1.2 seconds faster than someone to actually overtake them. The number at Iowa, I don't know. I think it probably is at least 0.3. So that's why you saw when the leader catches the 30th place car, it just takes him forever to work them over, because there's not enough difference in speed from that car to that car. And then when you look at the course of the run, I sent Dale Jr. a screenshot of this on Saturday night, and I said, can you believe that we tire tested here? Not we, the 11 car, but NASCAR and Goodyear tire tested here. And this is the tire that they came up with, is the one that had 0 fall off after 50 laps. And it was like, how in the world do you expect us to put on a good race when everyone's going to run the same speed, and they're going to run the same speed from the beginning of the run to the end of the run? It just makes it extremely difficult. And really the only time you see those passes is when chaos breaks out, either on restarts or when the leader catches the back of the pack. And that's what we as drivers are most frustrated about.
Do you think you would have been better here had you done that tire test? Do you get a
Probably.
better feel for it?
Yeah, more than likely. And certainly I'm not airing out my dirty laundry just because we ran poorly. I think obviously we definitely had a bad last run. We had a tire issue that when they took the tire off. It had delaminated, it corded really, really badly. So that, ship off that last run, I still was a 10th to 15th place car, probably. And if you average it all out, it's I think that just some of the fans are really getting labeled as just people that are negative all the time by the NASCAR shills, and that's just not true. They're regurgitating what we are saying, and that is that it's just incredibly difficult out there, and it should be difficult, but it shouldn't be nearly impossible. Not when you're significantly faster than the car in front of you.
You restarted sixth after I think that one caution people were pitting, and you still weren't able to go forward. So did you need even more clean air? Or was that just your
yeah? No, I should have been able to make something happen from that position. Being P6, I thought 8th was the highest that I restarted. I think it was 8.
Okay.
But still, at that point, yeah, I've got some dirty air, but it's clean enough where I did break out in the pack there. After the restart, I was about 9th or 10th. And at that point, okay, we're single filed out. I should be able to hold my position and could not. So it was a little bit of mix of a few things. And that was, there was some guys right behind me with a little bit fresher tires. I couldn't pass the cars in front of me that had older tires. So I wasn't very good in that sense. And then on top of that, I don't know when this tire issue I had was starting to kick in. I mean, it felt like as soon as we actually got going, instantly the front tires stopped working on the car.
What do you mean stopped working for?
So when you turn the wheel, when your car's tight, when we say constantly our car's tight, that means the front won't turn. This is your NASCAR 101. When we say it's loose, the rear is the thing that is sliding. So tight, the front is sliding. So that if you go, if you turn the wheel, the car goes straight. Loose is you back steer, and the rear of the car starts to slide out, and it acts like it spins you out. So immediately as I turn the wheel on that last run, it is not turning. The amount of grip that the front has compared to what it had all day long was 5% less. And in our world, 5% is a huge shift. And so obviously there was dramatic cords and whatnot on my tire when the race was over. So just don't know when that happened. More than likely later in the run, not early in the run. But more than likely, it's just the balance, all that fuel burning off under all those cautions. Could have added a bunch of nose weight to the car, and who knows? It's the team will figure it out. I'll just give them the feedback. But certainly, what I feel like my job is now is I got to give them the best notes possible. That when we go there next time, we don't suck.
Yeah, going back to cars struggling to pass, one of the most interesting or exciting moments of this race was at the end of stage 1 there, once Byron caught the back of the pack, and then him and Brad were racing for the stage win, but Byron couldn't get around the lap cars, which allowed everyone to catch up to him. Yeah,
it's the yo-yo effect you see at Martinsville. You can't, no one can pass it. You can't pass the 30th place car. That is the problem we're talking about, and that is what we have to fix, is that the leader looks like Superman because he can run half throttle and just hold everyone off. Chase Briscoe at Pocono. And I mean, if you can do it at a short track, that should be like the eye opener. Okay, we really got to fix this, right? And so, Goodyear's really done a good job all year long of trying to implement softer and softer tires. It's just this one, I don't know how they got where they got on this tire. And I'm sure there was a reason for it, but when you look at the lap times and it was just a flat ass level, no drop off in 50 laps, it was like, I don't know what we expect. That means the tire is so hard that it takes dramatic amount of downforce to push that tire into the racetrack and get it to grip. Nobody but the first few cars have enough air to do that.
So when Goodyear has these tire tests or whatever, though, it's not them saying this is a tire for this track, though, right? It's NASCAR picking the tire, correct?
I don't know. I can't really say who makes the call on that. I do know that they had a tire that dropped off 2.5 seconds in 25 laps.
Well, that sounds kind of nice.
Don't it? So you would think like there's somewhere in this, there's a happy medium to be had. Like, how do you go from nothing to 2.5 seconds? Or like somewhere in here is a mix, right? And even if you have a tire, I mean, hell, this one corded in 60 laps. So it had zero drop off until it cords. So it's just, I don't know. This is not a good tire combination for this track.
You got to figure it out though, because you go back to this track and the fan support is so good there. Like the vibe around Iowa is great. That shot they showed on the broadcast of the parking lot was incredible. So I feel like if your fans are coming out, you just got to figure out how to make this racing half decent to give them a good show.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. And it's an important part of the country for us, right? There's not a lot of racetracks around this one. So you get people that travel from the states all around Iowa to come in there because this is the closest thing that they're gonna get to watch a NASCAR race. So yeah, you wanna make it better for sure. And we're gonna be until we get the front of these race cars on the ground instead of a foot off the ground, we're gonna continue to have the same problems. And that is when we get behind someone, we're just gonna plow. The attitude of the cars are wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Please fix it. It's wrong. It's wrong. Fix the attitude of the cars. It'll make them better in traffic. More overbody, less underbody. If you want the same amount of downforce, put it on the overbody. Take it off the underbody. God dang it. Drives me crazy.
And can't you just lower the nose to the ground? Like,
but you'll kill your own speed.
No, I mean everybody. You just lower the nose of the car?
Yes, but it's not the optimum amount of downforce. So like it would be significantly better in traffic, but by yourself, the thing would be nearly undrivable because you're pinching off all the air that's supposed to be going underneath, keeping you sucked down to the racetrack.
Oh.
Yeah.
The design of the car is...
It's the design of the car. We keep saying the same thing over and over, but it's just... we're not getting through.
Hey, Denny, I know the race didn't go the way you wanted, but Bob's discount furniture scheme looked awesome this weekend in Iowa.
I'm a little biased. I get it. Didn't have great result out there, but it was great to have them on the car for the first time this weekend.
It was sharp and fitting. Bob's is all about great quality at a great price.
Exactly. I mean, they got a huge selection of mattresses, bedroom sets, entertainment centers, and the prices will actually really surprise you.
So if I'm looking for a power recliner with cup holders and wireless charging to go with my Sunday NASCAR setup, they've got me.
Yeah, 100%. You can get race day ready at Bob's. If you like recliners, we got that. Sectionals, don't worry. They got you, whatever you need. Minus the drinks and the snacks, that's pretty much on you. So if it's comfort and style and convenience, it's all in one place. It's at Bob's.
Where can the folks check out at Bob's?
Yeah, you can head on over to mybobs.com or visit one of their 200 plus stores nationwide. And in fact, there's a new location right here in North Carolina that's just opened. So what are you waiting for? Fast delivery, winning styles, Bob's Discount Furniture, always in your corner.
What do you think contributed to all these late cautions? We had this stretch of this race where it was caution, 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 caution. You guys couldn't keep it green.
Yeah, it was green the first stage.
They were, a few wrecks were in front of me, but some were behind me, and I realized it pretty quick. And I mean, the only thing to do is kind of publicly shame, but like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson laying back 3 car lengths on the field, and then getting a run and then going 4 wide, that's what causes the wrecks.
But is that also, why they could pass some cars? Is that what you have to do to be good on a restart?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to do that. NASCAR's not calling it.
Right. Allowed, right, is the NASCAR has to call it for it to.
Yeah, sure.
But if they're not calling it, then why don't other drivers adapt? It's like a football game. If the ref isn't calling pass interference, start holding on to the receiver. You start doing it also.
Yeah, I think it's what their driver instructor is telling them to do, is that, do it as much as you can get away with it. But, what I'm calling on is NASCAR officiating to do something about it, because it's a complete disregard for the people that you're laying back from, because you're just willing to stick them in a 4 wide situation where they're going to wreck or someone's going to wreck, and you just don't care. And that's what happened with the Larson and Chase thing, is that they laid back so much. They must have been running 10 miles an hour faster, probably more than that, than the cars in front of them when they all took off. And then they both tried to shoot the gap at the same time in the middle. It's like they both deserved to wreck.
What happened to you
Which time?
on the one where you spun out?
I got put 3 wide middle, and I forget who was on the inside. And then I got put 4. I was 3 wide, and then Chastain went to the bottom of me off of 2. He got a run on me, as he should. He goes in there 4 wide, and so we're all trying to merge into a 2-lane racetrack. And AJ's not, he doesn't want to get up in the fuzz, so he's pinching me down. I can't hold it off of him. I got to leave room to the guys below me. AJ doesn't want to run up in the shit up there, so he runs in the 3rd lane, and I'm in the 3rd lane.
The announcers felt that you tried to help. Basically, you spun out because you're trying to not hit AJ and kind of help him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stay off of whoever I'm next to. If we're making contact, I'm trying to stay off of them. Usually, I mean, there's 2 ways, right? One is you just kind of hold the wheel straight and say, "Oh, sorry, you pinched me, and you're gonna spin out here," or you can try to keep it off of them, try to live to see another corner. But obviously, I got the into the deal. But it is what it is. It was nobody's really fault. I mean, AJ got put in a tough 4 wide top spot there. So
You were able to come back through the pack a little bit. All those cautions helped with all the cars you could pass in front of you. But then you go to the rear. This was you had a tire issue here, or what caused you to just plummet late in this race?
yeah, the rear tire, the right front tire, fully corded all the way. There was no rubber left on the tire.
And that's just through
We don't know. Got to figure it out.
bad set of tires?
No, I think it's probably just balance migration, track changes, lower fuel before you're because of all those caution laps, you're burning fuel, so it's adding nose weight to the car because you're taking weight off the rear of the car as you're burning fuel, and the more nose weight you have in the car, percentage-wise, usually the tighter your car is. So I probably started that run tighter than I was all day long. Track was probably the tightest that it was all day long. Boom. Equals cordon right front tire and throwing an anchor.
All these cautions allowed William Byron to save enough fuel to win this race. I think, Travis, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but last lap he pitted on was 2:06.
144 laps,
Yeah.
I heard.
I want to know how do cautions and the fuel situation work
There was 50 laps of caution.
in that stretch there? Between
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was 50 laps of caution after his last pit stop on 206.
So
50
one third of the last 150 was under caution.
So 50 laps under caution. What is that equivalent to in terms of green flag laps on a gas tank?
Usually it when they're calculating how much fuel we're actually burning under caution, they used to be 2-to-1, and that was a thumb in the air. This is how we're going to science this thing out. We feel like if you're running on a caution, that's equal to, I'll make sure I don't get this backwards. You burn half the fuel that you would on a green flag. Okay. So that's equal to 2 green flag laps. Okay. But now that we're so aggressive with shutting our engines off, and it's probably more than that. And I probably should know this. I don't get in the weeds too much. I just try to do the best I can, get the proper information, and let the computers and the people do what they're the much smarter people than me know how to do it. But it's probably 2.5, maybe on a short track it's 3. I'm not really sure, but there is a ratio that they go off of, caution versus green, to get them understanding where they are when they will run out.
So should we have been surprised as fans that he was able to save enough fuel? I feel like based on TV, we were kind of led to believe that he wasn't going to make it.
Well,
like how confident?
I don't know how they're calculating that, right? I think that Prime had a proprietary AI
The
burn bar, right? The difference is that I'm wondering, are they assuming that everyone is filling their tank up full every time? Because they're not. You know what I mean? So when they're trying to calculate on TV and tell you how much fuel that each car has, are they assuming that, well, they went in for a pit stop, so their tank's full now? That's not the case.
Right.
Because it's the amount, they need to figure it off of the amount of seconds that they were on pit road, not just a pit stop. So let's just say that normal pit stop, it's normal for some, not for others, is 9 seconds. Well, you can't, if your car is empty, all the way empty, you can't get your car full on a 9-second pit stop. You've got to wait till 12 to 13 seconds. Now, on a short track like this, not many cars ran their tank dry. So more than likely they could get their car full on a 9-second pit stop. But like places like Indy and that, like you saw at the end, our last pit stop, we had to wait for fuel to get our tank full. So I don't know how they're doing it. Are they doing it just saying they were on pit road, so their tank's full, and we're now calculating how far they can go from here? I don't know, because obviously it's not exact. And because I didn't see it, did they say there's no way Byron was making it? Because my team told me he was like, with 60, 70 to go, the 24 is probably going to make it now.
They had him at they said 4% or something, and they were playing Rudy Fugel's audio, which made it sound like they're telling him to keep backing it up. And so to me, I assumed that he wasn't going to make it if you're going off of what the announcers were saying. But then the pessimist in me is saying every time we say they're going to run out of fuel, they don't. So I was like, he's going to make it. I feel like the broadcast is actually underestimating how much fuel they're putting in the tank. And the teams actually have more than what they think they have.
I don't think that they're calculating how much the driver is saving. I think they could be, again, unless they have AI running it to where it's calculating live how much fuel the driver is burning, not counting a lap at 4 miles per gallon, whatever it is, right? Well, the driver can run a lap that gets you 6 miles per gallon sometimes. It just depends on, that's the balance, is how fast can you run and save the most gas. So I don't know, again, I don't know about their proprietary information and whether they're just kind of using a flat number or not, because obviously with Rudy telling Byron that save more, save more, save more, Rudy can see how much fuel Byron is burning. I don't know that TV can see that.
No.
Oh, he can. So Rudy has a very clear picture of this car situation.
That's right. Yeah, and he knew it at Indy as well. If you heard,
what is he seeing? What is he seeing that?
So they use the data that we get from that SMT or OTD or whatever it is. The video game stuff that I'm looking at.
Yeah,
they're using that gives your throttle percentage, and it's in a program. And it says, okay, he's using this much throttle during the course of that lap. What does that equal for fuel mileage?
And they know how much gas by how they're weighing.
So Rudy has a very, very, very clear picture of if William was going to make it to the checkered or not.
Yes. What I was saying about Indy is Rudy knew they were in a dire situation. They were like, I don't know, man. We're probably going to run out. And they ran out on the backstretch of the last lap, right? But Charles in 23 was like, I think we're going to run out too.
That's my point, but he didn't. So
Right.
I feel like in races past, whether it's been you or whoever, when it's come down to this fuel situation, it's been like, I don't know if we're going to make it. But now,
because it's not there is no exact science to it. I mean, there is, but these teams are constantly evolving how they're figuring this out live. It's some programs are better than others, and And TV has its own program, apparently. And so we're all guessing. We know, I mean, certainly we feel like we know within a lap, right, of any given run, like how far we can go. But that number changes throughout the run as I save fuel or I don't save fuel.
Yeah.
It could get worse. It could get better.
Unfortunately for Byron, both Briscoe and Kozlowski behind him were not able to pressure him enough to, force him to use more fuel. He probably, saved a significant amount of fuel in addition to all those caution
Yeah, they
laps.
said he was running half throttle down the straightaway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just doesn't matter. This track is made up of corners, and corners are narrow. Narrow corners, next gen. Blech, gross.
Anyway, he gets his second win of the year. Can you believe this is his first win for the 24 team since Daytona?
It is a bit surprising to me. I feel like he's been in contention, and you hate using the word luck because luck is, in the bigger sample size, luck is not a factor. In a small sample size, luck is a factor. He's been better than his results. He's had some very, very poor finishes that ended up coughing up he was way ahead in the regular season. He coughed that up to Chase for a few races, but it was because he got caught up in wrecks and ran out of gas. There's not many races where that 24 team is running poorly, like running 15th. Like they're better than that, and they don't. The results haven't shown truly the speed I feel like that they've had, and I think Russell sent us some stats. The 24 cars in the top. Read them all for me there, Travis. 24 car ranks this year, because you did hear media start to kind of poo-poo on his results and he's lost speed, he's lost this, lost that. Give me his ranks for the season.
For the season, he's third in passing, third in defense, 1 in speed, 1 in restarts, 9 in pit crew.
That's a hell of an average. Average that all up over 36 people. He's got a 3.3119.
Yeah.
That's
I'd say you're probably the points leader.
good call. Good call. That's via Racing Insights.
What do you think you are, Denny? Passing, what do you think you are?
Passing, 5.
7. Defense.
Yesterday?
6.
No, this is
35th
the
season.
season.
6.
9.
Overestimating myself. Go figure.
Speed.
Speed, I think
probably
I'm top
3.
3 there. 3.
2.
Okay.
Restarts.
Jared, what's your guess?
It's like 10 or 11.
I'm going to say restarts 8.
3.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Eat a bag.
And pit crew.
3.
6.
So
Damn.
give it's what is it again?
You're 7, 9, 2, 3, 6.
7, 9, 2, 3, 6.
Not nearly as good as Byron. Step it up.
7, 9,
Not wrong.
2, 3, 6. I guess that does still average out to about where you are in the point standings.
Yeah, but you got to understand, not everyone's going to be. Some people are going to be way high on one number, way low on. You got to average them out.
That's what I mean. 7, 9, 3, 2, 6 is about 4th on the average. A little less than 4. And that's where you are in
Who are other standouts? Give me some standouts that are full green.
Let's hear Chase's.
All categories. Oh, there you go. Give me Chase.
Chase is 1, 2, 7, 10, 3. Where's Larson at? Larson's
1, 2, 3, 7, 10. Okay.
Larson is 13, 6, 3, 2, 2.
All pretty strong. Pretty strong. Okay.
Blaney's 2, 8,
I got work to
4,
do.
8, 15.
What is he?
Blaney's a little all over the map. He's 2, 8, 4, 8, 15.
He's not all over the map. He just has that 115. Is that pit crew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fascinating that I feel like these numbers, when you average them out, correlate to where these drivers are in the point standings.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Dale Jr., and for the latest Actions Detrimental gear, go to shop.dirtymomedia.com. We've got plenty of options for you. We're adding new stuff all the time. That's shop.dirtymomedia.com.
Where do we go from here?
Hocevar?
Hocevar? Yeah, let's hear about Wild Thing.
Or Hurricane Hocevar, as Lee Diffie has coined him.
Say it again.
Lee Diffie referred to him as Hurricane Hocevar. And I kind of like it.
Jared, should we break out the T-shirt? I mean,
There's already a hurricane.
yeah. Hurricane Hamlin. It's been around for years.
I haven't heard that
I've got
name.
T-shirts.
I haven't heard that.
Travis, you haven't walked down memory lane in this house. There's news articles. Hurricane
right.
Hamlin. Hurricane Hamlin.
Yes.
There's news clippings, Travis.
So do you want that, or is it okay if Hocevar
I
has
don't
it?
give a It's whatever.
I think Wild Thing fits Hocevar better, per his 10th slide in his
Didn't
Instagram.
Darryl
post.
Waltrip call Kyle Busch Wild Thing back in the day? Here comes Wild Thing. I feel like he did. No,
It's too early for,
I don't know.
for
Just
both
call,
of us.
I don't know.
just call him whatever you want. It's fine. But it seems like Carson's definitely brushing it off as if to say, tough luck, buddy. Right?
Yeah.
That's a tough way to live.
No,
Tough
that's
way
the
to
best
live.
way to go about this.
Okay.
Okay, but did he do anything?
Okay.
Did he do anything wrong?
Is he in the
against Zane Smith?
playoffs or is he not?
He's not, but you
Okay.
got to win to be in the playoffs.
Not necessarily, no. I'm just saying that it
You gotta be a
it
winning
hurts
car
you
to
in the
be in the
long run.
playoffs.
If that's the attitude you want to have, it's good for social media. It's bad for on-track results.
So you're saying the garage, the Cup drivers are looking at this and going,
Absolutely. Saying, I don't mind sticking that guy 3 wide middle, and if he's the innocent bystander, so be it. He would do it to me, and he wouldn't care.
what he did against Zane Smith, though, on Sunday, fair or foul?
It was an accident. He got loose.
So then what are we, like, I get that he gets this bad rap, but this isn't the same as
Then
him.
just say, hey, sorry about that. I f***ed up. I got loose. I went in the corner. I shook the right rear out, and I got into you. I apologize. Instead of saying, ha, take a number. It's just, it's what got Joey Logano destroyed at Martinsville. He didn't address the issue with Kenseth. It boiled over enough with Kenseth where he had enough of the crash you and say, oh well. It just didn't work out. Ask Joey Logano. He's publicly said, I wish I handled that differently. Had I known what I know now, I should have handled it differently. Eventually you grow up.
I understand that, but at the end of the day, that's partly what's made Joey Logano who Joey Logano is nowadays. And like
Yeah, but even Joey
That's part
Logano
of his-
has matured in that sense of knowing when to do it. Like, I don't know where they were running at the time, but when you're doing it for a win versus when you're running, when he whacked out Ricky for 15th or 20th, wherever they were, like, that's just not the time.
He's apologized to Ricky, though. I think this, him saying I'm not apologizing, but whatever, I think is because he messed up, wrecks Zane Smith, and Zane Smith's crew chief comes after him. You didn't even give him a chance to apologize, and you're coming after him like he purposely hit Zane Smith.
I can tell you without a doubt, 100%, he did not purposely hit Zane Smith. It was an accident. But I'm telling you that your social media post, it's good for clicks, bad for results. And I think he's after the clicks right now. That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
I think that's fine.
Of course you do, because it's not, you're not on the team. But one day, but you're going to be in contention. If you're on the team, you're going to be in contention for a win, and someone's going to clean you out, and they're going to say, "I took a number."
I feel like that's
feel like that's, you're going to pay. You're going to pay at the most inopportune time when it was your day.
You're going to pay getting. I think you're going to pay getting to that. But if he's racing for a win, and you're racing him you're racing next to him. You're not just going to clean him out. He's like, oh, that's Carson. I'm allowed to just clean him out.
But I'm gonna put him in a hell of a spot that
You're probably going to do
hard-
that anyway,
You're
though.
gonna do it anyways.
it's hard for him to get out of.
Right, you're going to do that anyway, though.
No, I won't.
You just said the other week if someone gets near me, I'm like PSA. Like
No.
We've
That's
seen how you
different.
race Larson. Like you're gonna race hard.
For a win, not for
That's
10th.
what Jared's saying though.
Yeah. If he's in position to win a race, and he's going to race whoever that is hard as because this is his only chance to win. He doesn't get many in the 77 car. I don't know. I just feel like we keep telling him like, oh, he's got to shape up. And he's said it multiple times over. I'm trying to, clean up the edges. But at some point, just your edges are rough. And that's just who you are.
You can choose the path in which you want. But Brad Keselowski went through this. Joey Logano went through this, and ask them. They said they would tell you right now they changed because they wised up to what it takes to be successful long term in the series.
I tell you what, though, if Carson has Brad or Joey's career, he did a solid job for himself.
But okay, but he hasn't.
Not yet. I don't know. How do you look at him as a team owner? Let's shift this. Like, are you impressed by his talent, or are you like,
Yes.
this guy's a wrecking ball on the track? I want him nowhere near my cars.
No, very impressive on the talent, but is it worth all the other bullshit?
That's a question you asked.
Yes, that's
Ask
what.
yourself.
Yes,
And do you think most team owners are saying yes, it's worth it, or they're saying it's not worth it?
I don't know. I can't. Every team owner's got different motivations. I'm not really sure. You typically want someone that is capable of going fast, checks that box, has good race craft, questionable box. There's just so many other elements. There's just more elements than just making speed to being a successful race car driver. Making speed is a small part of it. So, for example, look at my ranks. We've won more races than anyone else. I ain't beating up on anyone in any category.
Right.
So there's more to it than that.
How do you clean up these edges? If being a little rough and being a bit of a wrecking ball on track is maybe what's leading to speed, how do you harness that?
I don't think it's leading to speed. I think he has the speed. He has the ability to get speed out of the car. It's just, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but I don't know. We've been talking about the same thing for years about the same guy. So it's just, you almost just want to just let him do whatever he wants to do, and don't interrupt him while he's making a mistake. Just let him learn it the hard way.
Zane Smith's crew chief went up to him after the race. Where do you stand on a crew chief confronting the driver? Is that Zane Smith's
I
battle?
don't mind that. Why should we care about that? That's the guy that's responsible now having to load that car up into the hauler.
I'm not saying that's. I'm asking, you're the driver, so I'm asking you. I didn't know if there's an etiquette of the drivers need to talk.
No, I think anyone that works on the car is entitled to have a voice. Personally, that's what I think.
Okay. I don't have really a take on this one.
Where are you at on this?
On Carson? Or?
No, it's just like someone else
I think
from the team.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like you said, that's the guy responsible for loading up the junk car on the hauler.
Yeah.
That's more work for him. It's not more work for the other driver.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's fair.
All right. We did have some off-track stuff, right?
We do. Let's start with Mexico City is out for next season, and Chicagoland reportedly in.
No tacos for me. Bummer. I mean, usually this stuff comes down to money. Let's all be honest. It's, maybe someone's bid wasn't what it needed to be, or they didn't sell as many tickets, and so the return from that was not enough. It's always money.
We never did hear really the attendance for the Mexico City.
Yeah, it certainly sounded like it wasn't what they expected. So, who knows? Decisions are always made by money in this instance, and more than likely, this is a money thing that is the reason we're not going to go back. But I can tell you from the team standpoint, we are like wiping our forehead. Like Mexico was very, very challenging logistically. Very, very tough on our race teams to prepare the cars a week, 10 days in advance. Like just a tremendous task. And not only the task of that, but the task it had on everyone's stomach when they got back home. Man, there were a lot of sick people. Lots. I mean, I know of 5 to 6 that were in really, really bad shape.
This is good for you, though, because you didn't go, and then those guys' sickness carried over into the next weekend.
That's what I hear. It sounded like some of the drivers still were not feeling well the following 7 days. So, yeah, I don't know. You just body's not quite used to the types of food or water. I don't know.
As a driver going back to Chicagoland, how do you feel?
Good. I think that'll put on a good race. It's a wide 1.5 miles. Typically, that's been the one type of racing that's been pretty good.
+1 oval, -1 road course.
Sure.
If that's how it stays.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you think attendance is going to be there going back to this track? Like, is it going to be received as a new track, a new place on the schedule since I haven't been there in a few years?
I don't know how attendance was right before we left. More than likely, if we left, it probably wasn't great. But, I mean, hopefully you have some trickle-down effects from your activation in Chicago, in the city, right? I mean, those are the people that are closest to that racetrack. The racetrack's about an hour away. Hopefully what you get is that, well, you introduce NASCAR now to the people in this city. Hopefully they're willing now to travel an hour to go see you next year.
Other off-track news here. What are you going to say, Travis?
I was going to say, how'd Hoop Group draft go?
That's what I was getting to.
No more questions at this time.
It didn't go great, Travis. It did not go well for Denny.
So the season starts Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are we playing? Are we holding out?
No, we're playing. I'm gonna play hard for whatever team drafted me. I'm a Joe, an average Joe. That's the name of the team I'm on. Matt Browning's my captain. Chip is my number 1 star player.
Oh, did you get traded?
Do you already know the answer to this?
No.
Can we give before Travis asks these few questions, can we give a little background on what this hoop group is? I don't know if we've really discussed
Hoop
it much
Group
on this
is
show.
the basketball league that I run out of my basement on Thursday nights. And we're about to start a new season, so we had our draft last week. Season
17?
It's a lot. I don't know how many seasons is this. 17. Yeah, you're right. It is 17. Wow. Season 17. So I gave up my captainship. And so basically, to make this really the teams as fair as possible, we find out the 7 best captains that we feel like will, be good for decision making, leading, good for trades, good for banter. And we pick those guys out. Well, not everyone is the same level of talent. So we basically X out. You don't get a pick wherever you would be drafted if everyone was in the draft. So like a Greg Fernelli, if I were to pick on him, he's got a little calf issue. He's getting old. He's turned 60 this week, by the way. Greg Fernelli, happy birthday.
He's great at walking around.
Happy birthday, Greg. He is a 6th rounder. So that's the last round. We have 6 players per team. So he has a 6th round X. So he doesn't get a 6th round pick. Where like a Charlie, for instance, since he is a captain, he gets a 1st round X. He is its team's 1st round. So that way we make sure all the teams are level and everyone has a level team. Well, this guy named Smitty, Ryan Smith. Well, he made a strategic decision to draft me and hold me hostage in my own home. So he overdrafted me.
Yeah, what?
In the third round.
Jesus Christ.
He drafted me in the third round. And I'm like, oh my gosh. First of all, his first 2 picks were questionable at best. So he was picking people that he thought other teams would run to him and say, oh man, you picked my guy ahead of me. Like, what will you want? What do you want for this guy? Well, he miscalculated that the fact is that no one's going to run to pick overdrafted players. Like, that's where I think he misunderstood his position. And so he drafted me, and I'm like, Smitty, we will not win. We will lose every game by 20. What this team you drafted, we can't dribble and we can't shoot. How are we going to score? I'm the only person on the team that can shoot outside 10 feet. And it was, let me cook. And I'm like, no, you're not going to use me as a pawn. And I end up this is just bad. No. So anyway, the commish, I'm not the commish of this league. This is too much for me to have to deal with. So Art Van Wingerden is our commissioner. He essentially removed Smitty as captain and pronounced that we're going to have a redraft from positions 21 to the end. I was drafted number 21 overall. He says, no, that pick was bullshit. And it screwed the rest of the draft up. He's like, everyone got better players than they should have. It messed up the balance of the league by him doing this. And so we did a redraft. And now I'm an average Joe instead of I was on the firm. And now the firm apparently no longer exists.
Imagine that though, Travis. No other sport league on this planet does a third rounder, fourth rounder get drafted in the second round. He's like, that, you guys overdrafted me. Send me back to...
Because I know I can't win. Like, if you overdraft me, all you're doing is hurting yourself. And I was way too competitive to have to show up every Thursday night and get beat like a drum.
In your own house.
Yes, it's not going to work like that. No.
So all this to say, Travis, is Charlie is working on a little mock-you series.
Yes.
Following this hoop group season. So there's been plenty
What's
of drama.
it going to be like? It's almost like Surviving Barstool, but hoop group.
It's going to be like the Netflix docu-series is. It's going to be like Drive to Survive,
I got to figure out who I'm going to root for.
Hoop group. You're going to be introduced to all the teams.
What?
I need to find out what your team is.
Can I just tell you this? Week 1 on Thursday, we play Charlie. Them. We're taking them down.
Are you? 'Cause it's Charlie and Nate, right?
Yeah. No defense.
Charlie
on
and
that
Nate,
team.
for those listening, are the number 1 and number 2 players in this
Yeah,
league.
Charlie made a trade to take someone else's first rounder. So now he has 2 first rounders, but he didn't get another pick to like the 4th round or 5th round.
I think
Might
be the right move.
I get it. I get the strategy because we are amateurs, right? And even if you leave us dead ass open, we're going to hit 30% of the time. Mm-hmm. So I get the strategy. It was Grant Van Wingerden made the trade. I thought it was a stupid trade on his end. You can't give up a first rounder. I mean, you got to have somebody in the clutch time to make it. I can't make all the shots.
I think you need to not let Charlie fish for the week here. Play mind games with him.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it on Thursday.
All right.
So anyway, those interested in the Hoop Group, tune into the Mock-You series.
And it's on Hoop Group's Instagram, right?
And it'll be on yours a little bit.
Oh,
I'm
mine
trying
too.
to convince you to be the narrator of this.
You have not told me about this.
That's why he's trying to convince you.
I see. Using my social following to grow the Hoop Group Instagram. Okay.
It's not.
It's a very it is a very entertaining.
It's an eclectic group.
It's very entertaining channel.
That's what I'm saying. That's Charlie came to me with this idea for this Hoop Group docuseries. And I was like,
So listen, everyone, follow. It's the, is that underscore?
Underscore.
Yeah, underscore Hoop Group. One word. The underscore Hoop Group. That's our league that we run on Thursdays. I mean, some of these are really, really funny. Wow, I see the reel of me sitting outside after I got drafted, sitting on the steps.
That's what I'm saying. There's a bunch of great content that comes from this, but I feel like your fans and those that follow you don't know the entire backstory and the story of this Hoop Group. So just trying to explain it a little better.
All right. Anything else?
That's it. We go to Watkins Glen next week. Practicing qualifying is Saturday at noon on True TV, and the race on Sunday on USA at 2 p.m. I got a review here from Trev on Spotify. Hoping to see Denny crack the top 10 all-time wins list with a championship. By the way, my family disapproves of me rooting for you, so I've embraced the villain also.
Great job. Thank you. Stay strong there, Trev. We definitely have to thank Bob's for bringing us this episode.
Little Bob.
The car looked good.
I know it stands out. Unfortunately, it's hard to point it out when it's running 20th. But yeah, I mean, listen, go to Bob's. It's the place to go for furniture. If you want the style, the quality, the price, choose Bob's every time. You need to go in their stores. It's fantastic. They got living rooms ready to go there. Great quality stuff. So they're growing big time. They got more North Carolina stores now. I think they already had one. They opened up their second not long ago. So making its way. All right. Well, that's it for this week, and we'll see you after Watkins Glen.